Hey there, gorgeous souls. Today, we're raising our glasses to the one and only William Holden, the epitome of manliness, on what would have been his 106th birthday. From his chiseled jawline to his rugged charm, Holden was the epitome of a Hollywood heartthrob. He exuded confidence and charm. Drinking in the play of his ripped physique, whether taut against a linen jacket or on full glorious display poolside, you immediately understand Barbara Stanwyck's enduring affection, Sabrina's years pining for his David Larrabee, and Norma Desmond's refusal to retract her well-manicured talons once they finally succeeded in piercing the innocent flesh of young Joe Gillis. All that glitz and glamour, that Hollywood lifestyle elan, affairs with a constellation of starlets and co-stars, including Audrey Hepburn and Capucine. No one would have predicted such a life for our hero of real America, little Billy Beetle, Jr. of O'Fallon, Illinois. Looks like some 4-H club let a really good one slip through its hands. Still, the good Midwestern values of Billy's youth were on display when both he and his brother Bobby answered their country's call to arms. But alas, only one of the Beetle boys returned home. Actually, that isn't quite accurate. Years before Bobby, a fighter pilot, died over New Ireland, a Japanese-occupied island in the South Pacific. Billy Beetle had already morphed into William Holden. Now the naming or renaming of stars in the golden age of Hollywood is the stuff of legends. While apparently they would like you to believe changes were as simple as ordering Esther Blodgett to go to Elle and become Vicky Lester, the reality, often wrapped in myths, offers more appealing tales to tell. Consider for a moment the fate of one Lucille Lesueur. "Honey, your name sounds like a sewer," the studio bosses said. To her actual effing face. I mean, that's harsh. Well, to soothe the burned ego of their young beauty, a contest to rename MGM's own little sewer was launched nationally. Top prize, $1,000. Meanwhile, across-the-lot actress Eunice Mary Queddens, recently cast in Ziegfeld Follies, had been asked to make a new name for herself. Apparently, she did not rate a naming contest of her own. So, as all women did in those simpler days of yesteryear, Eunice turned to her table of beauty for inspiration. A tube of Elizabeth Arden cosmetics? Check. An atomizer of Evening in Paris? Check. The comfort and perfect fit that comes from an iconic X-chest construction that separates and lifts the breasts that can only come from Playtex? Great idea. Come back when it is invented. Now imagine the fates in store for any low-level PR flacks who had the misfortune to be in close proximity to top brass at the precise moment, which apparently was immediately after Lucille Lesueur became Joan Arden, that they learned there was a second, or more accurately a first, Arden on their books, Eve. We may never know what became of those poor would-be publicists, but we do know that poor little Lucy was demoted to Crawford, Joan Crawford. Although Lucy and Eunice did team up years later in Mildred Pierce. Thankfully, the birthing of Holden was simpler, although still swaddled in drama and caressed by the occult. You see, the talent scout who discovered Bill and secured his star-making turn in Golden Boy was still prickly and pining over his recent divorce from the British actress who brought Dracula's daughter to life. Wait, is that right? Shouldn't it be brought to unlife? Or death? Or living dead? I don't know, but I crack myself up. But yeah, Holden came about because he was discovered by the still besotted ex-husband of the now cult diva, Dracula's daughter actress, Gloria Holden. We hope you have enjoyed this little tangent through Hollywood's history. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Since he went the distance with Barbara Stanwyck in Golden Boy, Holden's career was a machine gun spray of iconic roles, including an Oscar-winning turn in Stalag 17, the object of Audrey Hepburn's first crush in Sabrina, as the sexiest, sweatiest vagrant ever to tumble out of a boxcar and into a moistening mound of females at a picnic. There's the towering Inferno, Bridge over the River Kwai, Network, the list seems to go on forever. But what shouldn't continue on is the persistent misidentifying the actor who shouted, "I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." It wasn't Ned Beatty. It wasn't Robert Duvall. And it certainly wasn't William Holden. Credit for that memorable line belongs to Peter Finch. But enough of that. If we're honest, the film we all want to dish about is Sunset Boulevard. That film was, to me, Holden's defining moment. However, there is one moment in the film that is so preposterous it completely shattered my suspension of disbelief. It's still a great film, and I really don't want to harsh it. All I'll say is, if it were me...
Well, as long as the lady's paying for it, why not take the Vicuna?
Not only would I have taken that damn coat, be lined with vicuña. Ah, William, you are the manliest man of them all. And, this may shock all of you, he and I once shared a love for the same woman. Okay, he actually had a relationship with Stefanie Powers. And I just pretended to crush on Stefanie when I really just wanted to be Jennifer Hart. In any case, I became Team Robert Wagner so fast that I nearly gave myself a non-clinical term used to describe an injury caused by a sudden distortion of the neck. You see what I did there? I didn't say whiplash. That would have been cliché. That's how you write good. But once I'd made the switch from MILF to DILF, I never went back, unless I was really drunk and then it didn't count. So, here's to you, William Holden. May your legacy continue to shine bright in the annals of Hollywood history. Happy birthday wherever you are, darling. Keep melting hearts like only you can and continue shining bright like the Hollywood star you'll always be.
Hoy desperté con un sueño, ver al mundo mejor, una vida pura entrega.